So let's take a moment here to settle. I want to, particularly today, because we're working with sattvic energy a lot today, I want to really take some time to settle our nervous systems and help us land as much as we can in the present moment and in our bodies. So get yourself comfortable. I want you to really listen to your bodies. If you're in a place where you could lie down, you could even do that if you'd like. Part of this, and you can offer this to your clients, is really to take that time. It's about taking time. So what if you took the time, really listen to your body, listen to what it's wanting? Are you overriding your pain and pushing yourself, right? So we're going to not do that today to ourselves. We're going to give time to listen to ourselves and really create space here, for what are we needing. And oftentimes the body can give us that information where the mind will be on its own agenda and overriding the body, I find, quite a lot. So take a moment and get yourself comfortable. And so much of this is about pacing. So we're slowing things down, just slowing yourself down and just inviting your attention from wherever it might be externally back toward yourself in the here and now. And just notice how that is for you. That might be challenging. It's okay if that's challenging. Just going to take it easy, be with whatever's here. Recommend you close your eyes if that's comfortable, to kind of draw your attention inward. Just becoming more present with yourself in this moment, however you are. And as we're tuning more into the body, it helps to orient to the earth, to gravity. And you can do that just by noticing the chair underneath you or the bed underneath you, couch, wherever you are. And you can feel into the floor underneath that, or even down to the earth underneath the building or house where you are. Just this idea that we're being held and supported from underneath. And our physical body, our physical being is supporting us as well, supporting our spirit, our consciousness. So let's take some time to listen to the earth here within us, the gravity. Really feeling the connection of your body with the surface underneath you. And this might feel a little like putting on the brakes, if you're driving fast in a car, you're starting to slow down a little bit. And just tuning into the body has that effect, because the body vibrates at a slower rate than the mind. So as we feel into our physical sensations and feel into the body, we're going to slow down. And see if you can enjoy this. It's a gift to be able to slow down when you live in a fast-paced world. There might be parts of you on autopilot that don't want to slow down, or that fight against that, and we can welcome them along too. It's okay. Part of the beauty in polarity therapy is we can hold these opposing forces. So there's a part of you that wants to relax and slow down. There's a part of you that maybe is uncomfortable with that, or it's hard to be with yourself. And they're both welcome. You can bring all parts of yourself along here. So now maybe you feel a little more in your body or a little more connected to the surface underneath you. Just experience how that is. How are you doing physically? What's the overall picture of the energy in the body right now for you? Does it feel pretty free and balanced? Maybe there's certain zones or spots that have pain or tension, or just draw your energy and attention in. Just check out what's going on in the field of your physical body. And I want you to notice how your attention can get drawn into tension patterns. It gets sort of sucked into, like a vortex, into the areas where there might be something feeling a little bit of fear or a little bit of pain. And I want you to notice that, if that's there for you. And I also want you to notice what's outside of that. What part of your body feels okay or feels good? We habitually focus on the problem and what's wrong. So it's actually a little bit like swimming upstream and harder to notice where we feel good. See if you can consciously shift your attention away from the place where there's tension or anxiety or pain, and move into some of the zones where things feel free. You can let the tension pattern just be there in the background. And just notice what happens. Taking our time here. So if you're noticing any of the tension patterns there in the background, see if any of them have a little more room here to let go. You kind of can observe them from a distance, like maybe if you pick one, And you're going to not go right to the center of that tension. You're going to hang out on the edge of it. You can imagine if it was like a bonfire and you're approaching that center of heat or tension, you're just going to go to where it starts to feel warm. You're not going to go right in the middle of it. So as we encounter energy blockages, places where things are tense or stuck or out of balance, inflamed or pain, one tool we have is to hold space around it. We did this in the intro class a little bit when we did the sacral hold and the cranial hold. So it's like center your awareness around the tension pattern and then hold a wider space around it. Almost like you're stretching the sphere of attention around the problem. And you can play with that. Maybe you give it even a little more space. You can extend beyond the frame of the body. How far out do you need to extend your awareness until it starts to feel like there's more room for this tension pattern to shift? So keep holding space around that area. And just be curious what's happening there as you're giving it attention, but giving it attention with room to move, room to breathe. Not trying to change it, just listening to it. And see if any stillness starts to come into your field of awareness here. If you sense stillness, then go with it. Just be with that sense of something quieting or coming into balance, suspending. And even if it's just a tiny bit of the sense of that, that's okay. It doesn't have to be the whole experience. Where do you sense some quality of stillness? Be curious about that. Just tune into whatever you sense to be still rather than moving. And just see what's happening for you. See if there's a sense of a little bit of a sense of the whole of you, a little bit more. Maybe you're sensing your whole body, or maybe just the unity unity of the body and mind. Take some time with that sense of wholeness. So maybe that vortex that drew your attention and attention is a little bit softer now. There's more of a sense of just a unified whole. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we're moving in the direction of something more homogeneous. Like there's an even tone to your whole sense of your body. And as you deepen into this, you might start to sense an even bigger sense of wholeness where you can tune into maybe more of a whole of the room or the whole of the universe. Just to feel there's an interconnection between you and some bigger picture here. And don't overwhelm yourself if anything starts to feel like too much. Just bring your attention gently back into something more local in your body. We can explore this dynamic of wholeness within ourselves and wholeness that we're a part of. So we're going to end in a couple minutes here. I just want to, we're primarily focusing in on the body here today, but I want you to also tune into consciousness or spirit here, the positive pole. And you can imagine this sometimes as a light or a sense of light above your crown chakra, turning upward. We tune the mind upward toward higher states of consciousness. What can we receive from there? Moving our awareness into the center of our being, the center line of energy. The chakras are part of that, moving right up to the crown. So although we start generally with the body and the negative pole, which is the physical form and the places where things are stuck or crystallized into patterns, as we begin to shift the energy and liberate some of those tension patterns, we want to redirect and reorganize toward the positive pole, the spirit, our center. So just take a moment as we finish here to allow anything in your body or in the mind to kind of reorganize like a compass pointing in the direction of your soul, your spirit, your essence. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. Part of it is not knowing exactly what that is, but just the intention will have an effect. Okay, so gently bring your attention back here to the group. I want you to notice as you come back what shifts for you and see how much you can carry some of the centered sattvic feeling with you as we rejoin as a group. Taking the time you need if you want to start to make eye contact with people, but maybe back away again and give yourself some space. Just really listening to the right balance for you, re entering and softly landing.